Welcome to Lying or Stupid, the show where we decide if somebody is lying for lying's sake or lying because they don't know the truth because they're too stupid. I'm your host, Greb Kared. Today's subject is Shawn Ryan from The Shawn Ryan Show. A few weeks ago, Shawn interviewed vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance, and Shawn said this.
Yeah, we're sending $40 to $87 million a week to the Taliban. The IG report came out and said that they had accidentally sent $239 million to the Taliban.
Now, all of that is either an exaggeration or outright wrong, but I want you to hold that figure that he said, 239 million, in your head, 239. That's the smoking gun. Now, the IG he references is the Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction. The document he references is this, CGAR 24-31 Audit Report. And I guess I should start by saying that we actually do not send money directly to the Taliban, if you can believe it. We send money to organizations like the UN, who distribute that money to other state organizations, who then distribute that money even further down the chain. And the money usually ends up in the hands of Afghan people in need who are dying. So I will get to Afghanistan and the real situation there before I render my verdict, but let's get to the lie. This document says that there were 5 state organizations audited, and 2 of the 5 organizations could not prove that the people they distributed the money to were properly vetted. Now, this could be for a number of reasons. This document definitely does not say we accidentally gave money to the Taliban, so that's a lie that Ryan told. What it does say is that it's like a paperwork problem. They could not prove that the groups they gave the money to weren't Taliban controlled. But it doesn't say they were Taliban controlled. It's just they could not provide evidence. One of the groups said it's because they moved offices from Pakistan and they had high employee turnover. But either way, this is not good. It's not good accounting, but it doesn't say all that money went to the Taliban. But let's get to the funny part, the smoking gun. I mean, this really proves that Shawn Ryan is a ding-dong that doesn't read this. Look down here. It says that those 2 groups couldn't account for 293 million, 293. Ryan said 239. That dummy did not read this report. He gets his information from where? Social media. Someone on social media posted it as 239, and the whole cesspool ran with the number 239, and that's the number Ryan has because he's kind of a meathead who gets his facts from social media. So before I render my verdict and before I get into the real skinny on Afghanistan and what's going on over there, I just want to tell you how this show came to be. My friend sent me this whole episode of Shawn Ryan interviewing J.D. Vance, and he said, what do you think? At the time, my friend was a big Shawn Ryan fan, and it was 8 minutes in before I found this big steaming pile of bullshit, this lie. And I'd like to tell you all that I'm like the Captain America of BS. I could do this all day. So I would like to invite you to post suggestions on who I should go after next, what I should listen to next in the comments. Please like and subscribe also if you're a fan of this kind of content. If I don't get any suggestions, I will just be adrift looking for things to talk about on my own, looking for lies to detect. So it'd be very helpful to me if you would give me some good ideas. Thank you in advance. Okay, let's get into Afghanistan. At the moment, Afghanistan is experiencing a serious humanitarian crisis. Half the population is in need of humanitarian aid. So this is why we send money to Afghanistan via the UN and all these other organizations. It is because there are millions of people starving to death that don't have clean water to drink, who don't have access to basic medical care, who are being persecuted because they are women and girls, because this is a Taliban-ran country now. And the reason for this crisis is mainly the Taliban, but they have also experienced a number of natural disasters, earthquakes, and floods. So this is why we give. But it is true that the Taliban does get some money from U.S. taxpayers, because the Taliban does not allow these humanitarian organizations to operate and to distribute water and food and medical care without taxing them. So here is another CGAR report from May of 2024, which says of the 2.8 billion that we have given them since 2021, at least 10.9 million of that has gone to the Taliban. And then they also say that that 10.9 million is just a fraction because they can't account for all of it. So we can just say here for conversational purposes that that's 1/10 of what they got. So we'll say they got over $100 million from that aid. They stole it from the humanitarian effort and kept it for themselves. And this is a very difficult problem to solve. Millions of women and children and desperate men have been saved through this aid. We're keeping all these people alive with this aid. But of course, our enemy, the Taliban, is skimming off the top. And you'll notice if you watch the full clip of the show that Shawn doesn't offer much of a solution. He's not really a solutions guy. He's an exaggerate a problem type guy. He's a fearmonger. That's his shtick. He makes things sound worse than they are, which fuels his overarching narrative. He's really just a bullshit artist, to be honest with you. But he does mention letting the government shut down and be defunded, which would mean that there will be no money to send to Afghanistan, which is the fuck those kids solution to the problem. So let's render a verdict on Shawn Ryan. I'm going to throw JD in there too, because when Ryan said that 239 number and he said all those exaggerated numbers, JD said, so he agreed. So I'm going to throw JD in there too. So let me explain to you how this game works. I'm either going to say that they are lying or that they are stupid. Even though this whole thing is based on a lie, the lying verdict means they're doing it knowingly. They're doing it for profit or some other type of gain. A verdict of stupid means they are lying out of ignorance. They don't know what the truth is. They probably don't care, but they are lying out of ignorance. So here we go. Let's line them up. I'm going to go, drumroll please, these two ding-dongs get a verdict of stupid. I really don't think these guys have read these reports. I really don't think their knowledge runs deep on many things. I think they just scroll social media and they find things that fit their narrative, that help them get clicks, because they're really just playing a popularity game here. Neither of these men care about the truth. They only care about being liked. And let's throw in a letter grade, just because I can here. For honesty and integrity, both JD Vance and Shawn Ryan have earned themselves an F-. All right, so let me know in the comments section if you think I'm right or wrong on this one, or if you think something else is going on. Also, please like and subscribe and set the notification so you can catch the next episode. This has been your leader in the fight against disinformation, Greb Kored.